Bitcoin is starting to be breaking out exactly like we predicted, and according to history, right now, this is only the beginning of this next major rally higher. I have been warning you exactly for this move higher, and honestly, the M2 money supply is once again exactly right, and we are right now forecasting a major continuation higher. And on today's update video, I want to be talking about where we're going to be going towards, what are my price targets right now for this next breakout towards the upside. I'm going to be exactly discuss that and much more on today's update video. I'm going to be talking about a big trade on Ethereum because Ethereum is right now trading against that most important point of resistance. But like we know here, whenever Ethereum does break above this resistance, we are going to get another major godlike candle. So a lot to discuss on today's update video. So don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So if you've been watching the channel for the last few days here, then you do know that on this consolidation phase right here, we were saying that a breakdown could be happening, and if it were to be happening, it would be come down exactly towards this point as support, and that is exactly what happened. And after that, of course, we re-entered the consolidation phase, and we said, of course, that the bear trap was exactly over. And ever since then, of course, we broke above this horizontal level right here, which was, in my opinion, the most important level of resistance. We straight away shot up towards the upside even further on here, and now this breakout is only just getting started right now here. And yes, if I'm looking at Bitcoin right now on the bigger perspective, we have been looking at this very similar fractal like we saw also back here in this consolidation phase from approximately March 2024 all the way till November 2024. We saw, of course, Bitcoin finding the major resistance around $72,000. Then moments before we got the big shot towards the upside, we got rejected by this level, and of course then we created the bottom. But at the same time while that happened, we exactly also saw the bullish crossover, the golden cross happening on the daily moving averages. We saw that dump came in on the market whenever we had the golden cross here, and only then we shot towards the upside. And now something very similar happened once again here. First of all, we created that high in the market. We exactly got rejected by that high in the market. Then, of course, we created also that golden cross. We saw another 10% dump, just like we saw in October 2024. We created the bottom. We bounced exactly from the lows in the market, which we also did in 2024, and now we're seeing that push towards the upside. So yeah, we're seeing something very similar play out right now here compared to 2024, and in that time, we did saw a big continuation towards the upside in the following days after we broke above that very important resistance. And of course, we do know there's a lot of money supply getting printed at this moment of time here. And we have been predicting that as long as the money supply is going to get increased, Bitcoin will most likely going to be following. And yes, if you look at this chart, Bitcoin is just once again exactly following the global liquidity with, of course, first of all, the bottom we created, and now the prediction. And now the forecast is that in the upcoming period, we're going to be seeing a big increasement in global liquidity, and that is ultimately going to be very great for the Bitcoin market if we are going to be following it. And of course, also in the previous videos, we stated that we were creating a lot of liquidity above us, around at 107 towards $110,000 level. You can see that the liquidity is all exactly grabbed in the market. First of all, we grabbed the lower side of liquidity, then now we grabbed the top side of the liquidity. So also that exactly played out like we have been forecasting, and also the funding rates remain to be negative, even though Bitcoin is right now trading almost around $110,000. And for the ones that maybe still don't understand this is really one of the most bullish things you can honestly get in this market. And right now, obviously, we are seeing negative to close to negative funding rates. We're also seeing negative premiums on Coinbase and all these other platforms, which means that it is still actually quite cheap to be buying Bitcoin. And there's no top signal flashing right now here. And of course, whenever we are seeing the funding rates spike towards the upside again here, whenever we are seeing the premiums go extremely high here, it usually tend to be meaning we are obviously going to be seeing a top in the market. But now clearly it is not a top in the market. At the same time, even we are creating a golden crossover on the daily MACD on the Bitcoin chart. The last time we did so was over here, which marked also the bottom and a big continuation towards the upside. Here also we saw a small little bullish crossover on the MACD, and we still pushed a little bit higher. But now really, I do believe this is the beginning of this next rally higher. We've been forecasting it, and really where I'm looking at as well here is that weekly time frame, that major resistance on that level here on the weekly time frame. Whenever we can clear that level, then we are really going to be seeing the big move higher. And of course, guys, you know that I've been in this trade for Ethereum. And of course, I shared this trade with you guys out there on the channel that you could have copied it. And now we're once again in a profit. But I still believe this trade has not showed the potential yet here. Because if I am looking at Ethereum right now here, guys, Ethereum, it's been quite boring. Bitcoin, of course, is starting to be very strong here, but Ethereum is still in this consolidation phase. And I've said it multiple times here, but I believe that whenever we're going to be breaking outside of it, just like we did over here, we could be in for a next major rally higher. And the next target, guys, is going to be around the top side of $4,000. And yes, that is a major move towards the upside from this point, another like 50% move higher. And that will be, of course, a massive trade if I will be able to catch it. That is why I've already opened up this trade. I didn't have the perfect entry, but I am very convinced that this is going to be a very strong trade here. And you can still copy this trade as well here if you go to the link description of today's video. I've got multiple trades open on Ethereum. I'm very convinced on this next move towards the upside. Personally, I will be scaling fully out of the market if we do hit $4,000. Guys, if you run a sign-up account using the link below in today's update video, or if you copy my exact Ethereum bot here, you can get a free $1,000 deposit bonus up on registration. Make sure to check it out in today's video description. It's definitely extremely valuable. And yes, this is one of the biggest trades I'm currently taking. And whenever we're going to be breaking above this top side of the resistance, there is where we're going to be seeing that exact big continuation towards the upside. So super excited for that here. Also on the weekly time frame, we're starting to creep above this resistance. Like you can see, we've already done so for the last 4 to 5 weeks here. But whenever we can confirm the break above this level, we are in for a big rally towards the upside. And also, the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin valuation is right now creating a perfect symmetrical triangle. And also, whenever we break outside of this pattern, we are just going to be seeing that big move happening here. And the spot Bitcoin ETF is still accumulating more and more ETH. We're seeing yesterday also, once again, more than $50 million getting bought through the spot Bitcoin ETF here. They definitely do know something we don't. And like we do know, of course, if we're looking at the altcoin season cycle, it's always first Bitcoin that tends to perform well, and then it's Ethereum. And you can see it on the Q2 performance. Ethereum is so far still outperforming Bitcoin on Q2, and I personally am expecting somewhat of a continuation of this trend into this year here. So that, of course, will be extremely bullish. And we're right now also trading against this very important 50 EMA, and whenever we break above it, historically, we've always seen big continuations higher. And really, whenever Bitcoin is going to, let's say, go to $120,000, retail is probably going to come back and they think like, oh, Ethereum's still at this level. I'm probably going to be buying some Ethereum. So this is the FOMO effect that's probably going to return because they think they're too late to Bitcoin. And then the biggest gains on Ethereum and altcoins are most likely going to be realized. And you can see also the valuations against Bitcoin have been absolutely dropping. But whenever this recovers, it's going to be absolutely tremendous. It's going to be absolutely enormous. So yeah, this was it for me in today's update video, guys. Bitcoin is exactly breaking out like we have been so far predicting, and honestly, I wouldn't be betting against this major pump higher. Understand the funding rates remain to be negative. Understand the M2 money supply is pushing up higher. We are seeing golden crossovers on the MACD, on the moving averages, and basically everything is forecasting we are about to be getting another major rally higher. So guys, thanks so much for watching towards this amazing new update video. Subscribe to the channel, slap on the like button, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.